I can hear something.
I can hear you.
Hi, Martine.
Hey.
You got there in the end.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I think maybe because I was on the phone to Claudia and because we were trying to sort everything out, so I think that could have been the issue. So
it must be. So thank you for joining us. Everyone can see hear you now. So we're live and we're strong and we're going. Thank you. So
30
Martine,
minutes later, so
I think everyone's had enough of me, so I'm going to let you carry on, and if you can present your webinar, that would be fabulous, as best you can over Instagram Live. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Oh, well, listen, thanks everybody for persevering with me. First speaker, technical hitch, and at least, well, we've not got anywhere else to go, have we? So thanks for being patient. Fortunately, I did print off some of my notes. So first of all, obviously, I know I should have been speaking at Professional Beauty, and the subject would have been on chemical peels and how to get the most and the best out of chemical peeling treatments. So I think within the current situation at the moment, we've had a little bit of a change and an adaptation on the peels. But I just want to thank Professional Beauty for letting me speak, and then hopefully we'll see you in October anyway, okay, yeah, where we can pick up on the talk. But just before I do, I just kind of want to reflect on the situation for all of us, because I know we're all in the same situation. It's certainly been an emotional week for myself, having to close the business and the clinic. You know, all these emotions that was running through me: helpless, stress, anxiety, and I'm sure some of my colleagues who I know are on here can agree. Uncertainty, and obviously financially, how can we survive? How can we keep our business going when we are such hands-on people? We rely on our clients coming into the clinic. So Monday I closed the clinic. I had to pick myself up, change my mindset, reflect, and actually look at what can I do now? What can I do to start to explore a new way of offering services to my clients? You know, I have clients who are booked in a diary. I'm busy up until mid-May. I've got clients who are in the middle of courses. You know, how can I support these clients who have got challenging skin conditions that need to be taken care of? So again, I just thought, okay, Tuesday morning, pick myself up, change my attitude, again, change my emotions to try and be a lot more positive and be more calm and be more grounded as a person. So I think for anybody now who's kind of moving into this next week of us having our lockdown, I think it's just good that we can all support each other. So this is why I thought I would bring to the agenda on how we can adapt, how we can, yes, okay, sell products or start to build an online shop, but how can we actually start to deliver a treatment to a client? So what I decided to do, okay, I thought, come on, take control. Had to get the finances in order, speak to my suppliers, speak to my landlord. I decided to put myself an agenda together, so a working week plan, and have a schedule. And also just getting up in the morning, get dressed, put my makeup on, do my hair. And then I just thought, okay, if I start to plan now and start to connect with clients on how I could support them, and then I was speaking to a few clients. I wasn't cancelling them out of the diary, just physically moving them on. And then the thought came to me, well, okay, let's see if we can deliver a home peeling treatment, so to speak. Now, I'm not talking about professional high strength peel solutions. I just simply wanted to look at the brands that I work with. I work with 3 cosmeceutical brands. And I thought, okay, how can I bring together maybe some of the retail products that would contain some hydroxy acids or maybe some enzyme resurfacing ingredients? How can I bring this in a kit that then can get delivered to my client? So I had a thought about this because I thought we have got clients who've got challenging skin conditions. I've also got to be mindful of those clients that are not going to over-treat the skin as well. But I also have new clients who are booked in the diary for skin consultations, potentially priming the skin for skin peeling treatments. So I had to decide on a strategy of kind of looking at what I had in the clinic to work with quite quickly. So what I decided to do, and here's how I feel it's going to work, and I'm only going to roll this out next week, so this is all very new, kind of thinking quick off my feet. The whole client journey is that what we can do is do, first of all, a remote consultation with them. I mean, this is even if this is a new client. So first of all, a remote consultation. And before we go ahead with the remote consultation, I would actually ask them to send some photographs over of the skin in good lighting and no makeup on. So this is for a new client. That new client, I can then email over a lifestyle consultation and a medical questionnaire, just obviously to check for any contraindications to any treatments. I mean, at Skin Genius, we do take what we call a 360 approach. So although we do have a doctor who offers the aesthetics, myself and my colleagues, we look after the skin. We also take a nutraceutical approach as well. So from feeding the skin internally from within with supplements. So from sending the client a lifestyle consultation and questionnaire, then we set up a remote consultation. And that could be done very simply through Skype or FaceTime or WhatsApp. And we can talk about skin conditions, talk about a treatment protocol that we want to bring together as a skincare plan. So about prescribing the product, preparing the skin with antioxidants or corrective ingredients, and of course with the sunscreen. So I'm thinking about a pack I can bring together in terms of offering retail and products, but then also bring together a pack which I suppose I can just kind of show you here. Fortunately, I had some plastic bags. This is like a quick mock-up, some plastic bags. Where we then introduce a step-by-step treatment. So I would decant some of my exfoliating cleanser for step 1. Step 2, we can bring them a skin polish. So these handy sample pots, these have come in useful for me. Step 3, we would then have our solution. So whether it's an enzyme or a soft, this is a dermabrasion cream. This is a glycolic and a phytic acid and a mandelic based solution. I'll come back to these in a bit more detail. Post-treatments, we've got to think about recovery after the treatments. With one of my brands, we have, I won't put the label on, but we do have the sheet mask as well. So I'm thinking about this whole skin protocol of the cleanse, the exfoliation, the delivery of the soft peeling solution. We're thinking about the recovery and the aftercare and the cooling and the soothing, and then a treatment mask. Now in the kits, I also decided to bring in some consumable products. So let's give them a headband, disposable headband. We can use some of the soft gauze. I do have some small fan brushes which are quite useful. Otherwise, if not, we could be using just simply a cotton bud, a cotton pad to decant the product or the peeling solution to apply to the face. For example, if I'm using a soft peeling cream, you could put some of your disposable gloves in and actually ask them to be working the peeling cream into the skin. So I thought about this pack. Yes, retail products, if they're not already using them. Then the actual step-by-step guide, I will have this printed out as well, so you can offer them this step-by-step. And just also what you do need to think about as well, if this is a new client, I would be certainly recommending them just to prep their skin with the products maybe for a week or 2 weeks with their active ingredients at home. Check in with them a week later, and then I'm not leaving a client to do their virtual soft peel on their own. They would be logging in and we would be going through that protocol with them at the same time. So I would be asking them to say in preparation, have a couple of bowls of water ready, have a towel ready, have a mirror ready as well. So we would be then connecting again and talking the client through that actual treatment themselves. Patch testing, okay, that I thought that may come up as a question. If they've not had the nature of these ingredients and the solutions on the skin before, and it is a new client that you want to offer this soft peeling treatment to, I would certainly be asking, listen, let's check in maybe just for 5-10 minutes and we'll do the patch test, typically the patch test behind the ear. Let's then wait 24 hours to make sure there's no reaction, and then we can go ahead then and we can do this virtual soft peeling treatment. So I'm trying to think that we have covered all of these areas for the clients. But like I said, the nature of the products, the solutions that I'm using, they're not too strong, they're not professional use only. Again, thinking about insurance purposes, that these are covered by the client to use as an at-home product. There's one brand I do work with in particular as well, and they have a product, a solution, and a home care peeling protocol. And I thought this might be a little bit more of a step up from just a general enzyme or a dermabrasion peeling cream. And the protocol with this particular company is actually what they call like a 10-day peel application. So the first day we apply the active solution to the skin, they can work it in, they can sleep in it. Day 2, again, they will apply. Day 3, and what you can start to do for 10 consecutive days, you can start to build up on the peeling. But again, this is something that would have to be managed with the client, because let's see, we'll get to day 5, let's see what stimulation it's giving within the skin, making sure it's not being too reactive within the skin. So have a look at your brands, speak to your suppliers, see what they can offer you in terms of home care peeling solutions. I'm on a private chat with some of my skin friends, Andy, Emma and Nick, who may be watching, and last night I saw that Emma's using with one of her brands, they have this enzyme kit which already comes packaged with a bowl and the mask brush. And I think there must be quite a few kind of applications for that. So do have a look at your brands and see what they can offer, because I thought that was quite interesting. Just let me check my notes, just because I've obviously gone off the top of my head here now.
Yeah, it's completely different settings to what we expected. I think that's a really interesting point, as you say, do talk to your suppliers, because I know a lot of suppliers are really kind of changing the way they work as well at the moment to try and support salons and therapists. So it's definitely worth trying to contact them and talk to them about what they can do.
Yeah, I think absolutely there. I think one of the main concerns for me as a business owner, and I'm a new business, I'm only 3 years down the line with Skin Genius, and obviously what we're bringing into the business, I invest heavily as well on the business. So, you know, a few of my suppliers have been so helpful, just kind of putting accounts on hold, however, still letting me order as well. And some of my suppliers, they've even decided that they're going to help me out by offering a drop ship service. So I'm kind of working quickly to get an online shop up and running. But if my client wants to order a product, I'm not holding all the stock at home. They can literally order the product, I order through the company, and then it can get drop shipped directed to the client's house free of charge. So it's worth having that conversation with your suppliers if they can support you in that way. Just coming back to the kit, finally, just to make sure. So in the kit, step-by-step guide for the client, aftercare. I would still be giving them the aftercare advice that we would give in treatment. And again, have this printed out for them, which can go into the kit. In addition, you could email that to them. I don't know if you have certain CRM systems like we do, that we can then email that aftercare out to them. And my last thought as well, I thought let's incorporate a voucher as well. So to include into the kit, maybe a product voucher. So if they want to buy products, maybe you just offer them a small discount off the product. Or another idea is perhaps once we're all opening our doors again and we know we need to get bookings back in the diary, maybe offer them a incentive to come in for the treatment. Maybe give them, I don't know, whether a 10% discount on the treatments that they book, but they've got to take that within the first 30 days of the business reopening again. It's just trying to get footfall back into your clinics. How can we do that?
Excellent. Oh, thank you so much, Martine. And I'm just wondering if people have any questions, whether they can type them into the comment box here on Instagram Live. If anyone's got any questions for Martine about how she is making this service work, or how you might be able to get inspiration from it. In the meantime, I just wanted to say, we were speaking about talking to your suppliers. as part of our virtual beauty week, we've got lots of supplier offers on at the moment, because suppliers are really kind of trying to help out too. So if you go to the Professional Beauty website and click on the navigation, the first tab is virtual beauty week. You can navigate through to all the offers as well that we've got, as well as the seminars. So I see a question here. So Monica says, you said about aftercare. If you do a product recommendation, will you send the product?
So if I recommend a product, would I send that product?
I think that's what she's asking there.
Yeah. If I'm for me, a product recommendation, and I never quit like a retail sales, but for me, it is paramount that my clients, and I would probably say 100% of my clients, are on skincare. I won't perform treatments if they're not using my cosmeceutical products, the sunscreen, corrective products. So yes, I would be sending that product out to them. I think you've just got to make sure that you're set up to do this. You know, fortunately on my phone terminal, I can take payments through my system, my Square system. It links to my computer. I can post this out. Delivery time might be a little bit slower. I did see this kind of popping up in the question. But yeah, send it out to them. I wouldn't charge for online consultation, by the way. I just saw that coming up. But no, I wouldn't charge. I think for what we're doing now, we've got to support our clients. And, you know, I'm sat at home. It's not like I've got to be anywhere. Okay, I'm working on different projects. Tomorrow morning, I've got a client who's just checking in with me from having some treatments, and she's just now ready to move on to the next step. So no, 10, 15 minutes of my time. I'm not charging a product, a retail sale advice. That's what we want to give them.
You're keeping in touch with them during a time, otherwise you wouldn't be. Someone has asked, how are you attracting customers to get this treatment? How are you marketing this and getting the word out? Okay,
really good question. So, social. Okay.
Oh, I think the connection's just gone a little bit there. Oh, you're back.
I'm back. So yeah, to market this, social media definitely is going to be the way forward. You know, some of my friends may laugh at me because this is going to be one of my plans. Now I've got more time at home, I'm going to just get a little bit more with it on the social media side. Perhaps do some lives. Now I've done my first one. But if you've already got your database with your clients, send them an email and tell them what you're doing. I would also just have a look in your diary, because next week I can see I've got a full diary of clients. What I'm doing, I'm connecting with them, give them a call. Listen, this is what I'm offering. You know, we can send the pack out. We can go through this at home. You know, people are bored. People want things to do, and they want to take care of the skin and pamper themselves. So yeah, get in touch, pick up the phone.
Another question we've had there is, how long would your virtual consultations normally last? In terms of...
Yeah, but probably, I mean, depending on the client and the individual. If they can send a photograph over, first of all, like I said, in good light with no makeup on, and just give a briefing, so at least you've got some information before you go online to do a remote consultation. But really shouldn't be taking any more than 10-15 minutes, depending on the concern and issue. I do have some of my branded paperwork where I can write out a whole routine and treatment plans, so I can also send that over to them by email as well.
Fantastic. Has anyone else got any other questions they want to type into the box? Or forgive me if I've missed any, if you're able to type them again. Somebody has said, could we send samples on a product recommendation? Would you send samples out to people?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? We've got this stock in the clinic or in the salon. Yes, utilise this. That's not a problem at all. I would recommend that. In fact, in the pack that that I've brought together, some of which I was saying it's pots where we've decanted, and I've wrote step 1, step 2, step 3. For some of the aftercare, so like my vitamin C, my antioxidants, that's the sample product. A sunscreen, it's just to include it in the pack. They might have a sunscreen at home already, but yeah, use the samples up as well. And when you're charging, because nobody's asked me really what would you charge for this virtual soft peeling treatment, you need to look at your cost of your products individually and what brand you're working with. Potentially I was looking at maybe around about a £40–45 mark. I want to make it affordable to them, but it's got to cover the cost of my product and my samples, because my samples do cost me.
Someone has asked, are your brands listed on your website if people want a few ideas for your use?
No, they're not. Because I've wanted to keep this just not kind of brand orientated as such. I do work with cosmeceutical brands. Currently on my website, no, they're not, because I do innovate and I work with maybe several brands in one treatment sometimes. So I cherry pick across my brands because of the certain ingredients, suitable to certain skin. Currently on my website, we're just having a revamp, making the most of this time now while I'm at home. So there's a new website coming soon.
Great. One other question. Somebody has typed, they've just started full-time in February, so they don't have that many clients yet. Are there any ideas about kind of trying to get some new clients on board during this time, or trying to get in touch with people that aren't on your database?
Yeah, really good question. You know, it is an opportunity now. And again, I think this must go back down to your social media. Perhaps do some lives, engaging. Maybe get your virtual skin pack and tell them what they're doing and try and reach your local audience there. It is the way. It's not now the time where you can sit in your salon and wait for the phone to ring. So you are going to have to be proactive. Maybe speak to your existing clients and put a referral in place as well. Maybe if they want to buy a kit and maybe their friend gets a kit, and you can maybe do it virtually together. So
great idea. I know, as you said, you wanted to keep this kind of brand neutral, but a couple of people have asked, what was the 10-day peel that you were talking about? Am
I allowed to say that? Yeah.
I think people are quite keen to know.
So one of the brands I work with is it's an American brand, Zedo Skin Health, which I find is a very efficacious brand for the correction of our pigmentation concerns, aging, very good acne protocols. So they do have a peel solution, or it comes in a cream. And again, that's just application, and they just keep building up on it. You do need to hold your client's hand with this though, so don't get too carried away with it. But there are other brands as well that do similar protocols.
Yeah, excellent. And one more question we've had, do you ask clients to take pictures of their skin during the process so that you can see the difference in the skin, and how often should you be asking clients to do this?
Okay, so for me anyway, photographs, as soon as we receive a new client into the business anyway, I perform an hour and 45-minute treatment, which is a consultation facial. So it's a consultation with a facial treatment. Every single client who comes in to me has a photograph taken. And also when you're taking photographs, make sure it's exactly the same distance, same profile, so front, side, other side as well, so like a 45 and a 90-degree angle. So yes, in clinic I always do that, but if we're doing our virtual treatments, yeah, get some photographs. And remember, if they're taking a photograph, hair back in a band, maybe black t-shirt, get somebody to take the photograph for them, no makeup on, make sure it's a really good light, because I'm so fussy on my photographs.
And you want to be able to compare like for like. Yeah,
absolutely. So it is important.
Excellent. Well, I think we're probably coming up to the end of time now anyway, but thank you so much, Martine. I'm glad that we got there in the end. I've had so many comments saying that this is really, really useful advice, and to thank you very much. So that's really positive.
Oh, well, I'm so pleased to help, and thank you for bearing with me and, yeah, the mock-up with the presentation. So thank you.
We have to improvise sometimes, don't we? But thanks so much. For anyone that missed the beginning, we are doing this as part of our Virtual Beauty Week, as we had a few connectivity issues with our webinar platform this afternoon. So we should be back with you on the webinar platform at 4 o'clock. But keep an eye on our website and on our social channels, and we'll be giving you updates. But if you go to professionalbeauty.co.uk and click on Virtual Beauty Week, you should be able to get all the info there. So do keep in touch. We are doing seminars and webinars over the next week, right up until Friday. There's loads and loads of different people and panels scheduled in. So go and have a look, and we'll be back with you very soon this afternoon. But in the meantime, thanks so much, Martine, for joining us.
Thanks, Eve. Thanks, everyone, for turning up and persevering.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for getting involved. I think people are really enjoying kind of being connected with each other as well. Yeah. So glad that we can at least do that.
See you in October.
See you. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Bye.